Okay guys, today's video is going to be a complete run through of my PRP template. I'm going to show you A to Z how I make a SaaS MVP, or how I'm going to be making SaaS MVPs or testing this to build a SaaS MVP. We're going to be using Claude Code. We're going to be using context engineering. How quickly can we do it? It's currently 3:43. Let's get into it. Now, Cole Medin doesn't really need a shout out from me on YouTube, obviously, but Rasmus Widing, who actually created this PRP system, does need a shout out. Guys, let's try and help him get to 1,000 subscribers. He's clearly making videos now and people are watching them, so go check him out, guys. I just watched this video here, Claude Code versus Gemini CLI live PRP battle. It was actually really, really good and very, very interesting video. So with that being said, let's talk about this. So I'm thinking about using Convex as my backend, and then HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as my front end. Obviously, I'm going to be using the context engineering template. This was forked from Cole Medin originally. Like I said, he doesn't need a shout out from me, but Cole, this is his original repo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this from absolute scratch. We're going to be using Claude Code, okay, just so you know. We're splashing on the rat here, guys. We've got everything going. Let's get into it. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, so the first thing is you want to copy the GitHub repo link and you want to open a terminal. If you're on a Mac, then it's kind of the same thing, but not quite. So I'm going to be activating WSL here. I always like to make a new folder. So mkdir, I have no idea what's called this. YOLO Swaggins. I'm so sorry, everyone. That's the first thing that came to my head. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do Claude in this new chat. But I'm just going to quickly grab this here, which is skip permissions, just because I just would prefer to do that. Now, I already have GitHub set up, but if you don't have GitHub set up, just say, can you help me set up GitHub CLI so you can run GitHub commands, right? I'm not going to do that, but just so you know, you can do that if you need to. Or you can just, do GitHub manually as well. You don't have to get AI to do everything for you. It's just when it's set up, it's super easy. You can just say, clone this repo into this folder, and then it will then do that. Okay, there we go. Bang, bang, bang. And then what you want to do is you want to open Visual Studio Code. You want to open YOLO Swaggins, as we're calling it. So we'll go here, select folder. There we go. Context engineering intro. We've got Claude. This does have the hooks. This video is not about hooks. I'm not going to be using this hook in this video. But if you say to it, look in the .claude folder, there is a hook in there. Help me set up the hook on Claude Code so that you can use the hook. You can use this so that every time before it writes anything, it will read through the documentation first, okay? I haven't fully implemented that. It's still experimental. But yeah, just you can definitely consider using this hook if you want. The hook should actually already be set up because it is in this settings.json folder. Not exactly sure how it works, but maybe it's already set up for you. So you can see here we have initial.example. What you want to do is you want to, I don't know if you can duplicate, so I'll just Control A, Control C here to copy everything, and then call this initial.md and put this here. This is where we work on our documentation. So instead of doing like a Excel draw thing, I'll just go through kind of what I'm going to build. So I'll say use Convex as a backend and for authentication. I always say authentication. I have no idea why. Is that not a word, authentication? I'm so confused. And then I'll just say use HTML, CSS, JavaScript for the front end. Let's just say I kind of need an idea to actually build. I would like to use Pydantic agents, so we'll leave that. So we'll just say for agents, right? And then we'll just say open router documentation and API key. I'm just going to use open router just because it just gives me access to different models more easily instead of always having to worry about like which model to use and shit. So we'll get the docs here. So that's the docs, and then we'll just generate an API key. I'll delete this at the end of the video, guys, so there's no point even trying to. It'll be gone. So, okay. Convex documentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Smarty Pants AI. Was it docs.convex/quick start? And then I specifically want to use JavaScript, so I'll just grab the JavaScript one as well. And then what else do we need? Node.js. I don't really want to. Wait, I'm so confused by how this actually will work, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it can work it out for me. Okay, so I just found this on OpenRouter. This is how you get all of their models. I don't really want it to use random bloody models, though. I'd rather use these kind of models. Models to use. Let's stick Gemini in there too. So we'll just say here, use a few models, a mix between fast and cheap and quick, sorry, and slow and expensive. And I'll say use recent models. The most recent models are at the top of the tables. Let's just build like build me a AI-powered CRM where people can list tasks and it will generate subtasks using AI and then generate things like timelines, etc., and puts everything automatically into people's pipelines. I just can't think what to build, so I'm just going to build something random, basically. It can be pretty simple. I'm not bothered about. I just want to see how this goes, basically. So I'm trying to build something a lot simpler this time. I just want to see how good this system actually is. So we've done that. Obviously, you can make this as complicated as you want, right? Or go as far as you want. That's kind of the point. But we'll just go generate. For some reason, generate PRP isn't coming up here. Is it because I didn't CD? Yeah, that's why. Hang on. I need to CD into context engineering intro and then do Claude. Wait, let me do Claude. Yeah. Okay, and now if we do slash, yeah, there we go, generate dash PRP initial.md and hit enter. There we go. That's completely wrong. Let me just cancel that. And I need to go to my Skool community for this. If you're interested in the Skool community, guys, it'll be the first link in the description. This is just where I keep a lot of my stuff. It's good for me too, as well, honestly, like to grab prompts and things. I use it. I probably use the Skool like every single day. Like it's much easier than where I have all my prompts on Google Documents, for example. So yeah, I don't know. Check out the Skool if you're interested. I actually completely forgot to even mention the Skool until I actually needed to genuinely use it, which is quite funny. So yeah, I like to run this first, right? So it reads the extreme detail prompts and everything that I have, right? And then we say, okay, so now we do generate dash PRP initial.md. As soon as it starts the research phase, what I like to do, again, this is different from other people's PRP systems, etc. It's just I like to speed things up. So let me start by planning the research task. Right, there we go. And then as soon as it starts researching, I'm just going to say, please spin up multiple agents to speed up research. I'll spin up multiple research agents to confirm and parallel research on all the required technologies. There we go. And now what it does is it splits off into various different subagents that should scrape each documentation at an extreme level of detail. So you can see when it does this task thing, what it means is it's it's splitting off into different tasks. This, I love seeing this, right? I've also been using this for coding. It works amazingly also for coding. But yeah, we'll let this run and we'll see how it does, basically. Okay, so the first thing this does, which I absolutely love, right, is it goes through all of these different things and it finds genuine pieces of code, etc. As you can see here, it doesn't come out in the best way. It's okay. I'm sure AI can. Oh shit! I'm sure AI can handle that. So we even have a model list here: Opus 4, Claude 4, GPT models, Gemini models, pricing, errors. It has the quick start. I doubt it needs any more than the quick start, to be honest. Some of these are not being found. I'm not sure why. A lot of these are 404, but that's okay. And yeah, you can see it's just scraping all of these different documentations, which is really, really nice. So now instead of it kind of guessing things on Convex, it knows Convex, right? It literally just understands Convex. I mean, this is pretty damn cool. I love this system. It's using Gina, if you're curious, to just find the markdown content, right? You can see bang, 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 all of that good stuff. It's pretty nice, guys. So once it's finished that, so we'll just close this. CRM patterns, sure. I'm not sure what the fuck that's going to research, but why not? And yeah, I mean, you can see the system is, something exciting is happening. God, it's really going into detail on Pydantic. It's getting a lot of information here. So one thing that I haven't done to this system yet, but I will do, is when it creates the PRP, instead of having actual code snippets, what I was thinking was it might actually be better instead to reference the MD file that they should search for. Another thing I have to do is a retry when it's not found, because a lot of documentations, it's kind of annoying. What they do is they have like they have too many weird URL slugs, so the AI tries to guess the page and it just guesses it incorrectly, I guess. Okay, it's even done some CRM analysis here. So CRM patterns and AI task generation and analysis. This analysis provides a comprehensive overview, blah, blah, blah. Okay, PRPs, Convex, Open Router, Pydantic, technology stack, backend, Convex, frontend, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, AI framework. I should have changed this to HTML5 and EJS6, I think was what somebody told me. I'll try that next time. AI framework, Pydantic AI, LLM, Open Router, models, mix of cheap, existing patterns, okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty interesting. Okay, guys, so just so you know, by default, the hook is actually turned on. So it does block writing requests. So just be careful of that. If you don't want it turned on, you can turn it off. I'll just show you how to do that. So if we do wsld ubuntu cd into, oh my god, I have no idea what this is called. Oh yeah, yeah, yellow swagons. How do you forget a name like that? And then Claude -- continue. We do /hooks and then go here. You can actually click on here and then you can press enter here and remove it. I'm just going to see if it can write without. Like I said, this hook thing is still experimental, so I think this is going to slow things down quite a lot, but we'll see. Right, okay, so this time it did actually write. So the hook is there to stop it writing the first time, but the second time after it's read the documentation, it will write. So just be wary of that. You might have to press escape sometimes and say, please write. So I'm going to keep an eye on this for phase 2 and make sure that it's actually writing. Okay, so that is now done. That's all the research done. We can now do execute PRP phase 1 AI CRM skeleton. Oh, sorry. The Rasmus told me to run a /compact first, so I'm glad I remembered that. Okay, so let's do /compact. Okay, that compact was actually pretty quick. Now we do execute -PRP phase 1. I don't know if I actually have to write this entire thing, but whatever. So we'll just copy this like that and then press enter. I want to know if it can even make a Convex project, so we're just going to watch this very, very quickly and see what happens. So I'll execute phase one, follow the PRP. PRP is actually pretty damn comprehensive. Okay, so every single time it tries to write something, it's going to stop and then be blocked. Okay, so we can see this in action here. This is beautiful. This is what I'm trying to build. I'm probably not even going to show you the complete process in this video, guys, to be honest with you. This video is it's already 15 minutes long. I'm not sure if I'm going to show everything, but this is the system that I'm working on. So you can see mkdir backend Convex. And just before it writes to Convex, it reads. This is what I want to encourage. I don't know if the hook is actually necessary for this, although to be fair, the more information, the better, right? So you can see, again, it's now got even more information from this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and maybe have some food, have a coffee, come back, and we'll see how it's doing. Now, it seems to be struggling to write here. It keeps getting blocked. Okay, so we've tried it with the hook. I am going to turn the hook off just because it's slowing things down, and I'm really not in the mood for that. I turned the hook off. Please activate sub agents to get this done ASAP. Okay, so we will probably let this run the whole way through. But yeah, if you're wondering why the system isn't working fully, just turn hooks off. I'm still experimenting with the hooks system. So now it's creating a few different tasks. There we go, beautiful. And I'll just go have a coffee, etc., and we'll come back. But what I was trying to encourage it to do is this step here. I actually prefer this to the hook system. So you can see these kind of work against one another because it read page 7 schemas.md, which, by the way, if you're confused, that is the exact research on Convex right here. It read this page before creating the schemas, right? That's what I'm trying to encourage. I don't need the hooks thing, to be honest with you. I was just experimenting with that as well. I'll be back soon. We'll let this run and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it says it's done here. Let's just test this out. So it says npx convex deploy. And then we also need to run docker compose up. I guess I need to cd into context engineering intro. Let's do this again. Okay, so this is the dashboard that's been created. This looks like a lot of placeholder stuff. Let's just see if any of this works. This would normally, okay. So I didn't actually create it. Okay, so the last stage of this is to do execute -prp, and then we've got to find the other PRP name. So it's this one here. We'll do /PRPs. Okay, so this should make it production ready, which means we can actually start to test things and see if it's actually successfully built something. I'm actually going to run a /compact first because I've heard that doing that is the way to go. So we've got a very basic setup here. The hook is still kind of slowing things down a bit, so I'm going to try and turn it off again. Okay, so we do /execute -prp. There we go. Hit enter. I'm just going to press escape and say, please spin up many sub agents to make this as quick as possible. Okay, so now it reads the PRP file. Hopefully it'll read everything else as well, but doesn't seem to have. Jesus, I do not skip task 1. I don't want to go Kubernetes and Terraform. That sounds horrible. Okay, so this is actually far too complex. Like if you wanted to build somewhere, this would be absolutely ridiculous. So what I'm doing instead is I'm just doing task 2 and task 3, and then also making a task 4, which is to implement the entire front end. Okay, so this is what we have. Not sure if anything is actually working. Yeah, I think the mistake I used for this example is trying to use Convex for the first time. I will do this again, probably for tomorrow's video, this time using MySQL and PHP, most likely. It's coded a hell of a lot. There's something here. It just, I think using Convex just kind of confused it though, to be honest with you. Anyway, as I originally said, my plan here wasn't actually to build this entire thing. It's just to show you guys this entire process from scratch. I will do another one of these tomorrow using MySQL and either PHP or maybe just Fast API with Python. But we should, or hopefully should be able to add a task here. Let's just see. So yeah, you can see I added a new task. So there is actually a database here, which is nice. It's just I would have preferred having a little bit more control. It looks like the database actually doesn't even work because after I leave this page, it's then gone. Okay, so this wasn't the best example. However, the building process is very, very good. I will do another one of these, MySQL, PHP or Python, and I'll show you just how effective this building methodology is. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. And I will see you very, very soon. Some more content. Peace out.